Hi you guys, good afternoon. It is Wednesday, July 27th, 2022, and I am finally getting around to making another podcast for you guys. So let me first start off with introductions because I know some of you guys, hopefully a lot of you guys will be new and this will be the first podcast of mine that you're watching. So my name is Laura. I come to you from California and I am the maker owner of Back Porch Fiber Co. You can find me on Etsy. My shop name is Back Porch Fiber Co. You can find me on Instagram. My handle is Back Porch Fiber Co. And you can also email me if you have any questions at backporchfiberco@gmail.com. Thank you for joining me today, you guys. There have been so many delays in getting a podcast out to you guys. Some are just unfortunate life circumstances. We've just kind of had some personal stuff going on and I just didn't really want to put my face out there at that particular moment. Like nothing detrimental or anything like that. We're all healthy, we're all good, but just some things that I just needed to pull back from social media for a little bit. So but we are ready to go again, and my shop has been open the whole time, and you guys have definitely been giving me some love over in my shop and on Instagram, so thank you for that. It always helps if you subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram, so if you like what you see here, I ask that you could do that for me. That would be fantastic. So I have so many things to show you guys, and I don't really remember like where we left off, what I showed you, what I didn't show you last time. So I'm just gonna show you some of the projects that I've finished that I know you guys haven't seen or that I was working on, but I'm sure I'm kind of missing some. And then I've just kind of been like finishing up a lot of projects. I feel like I've had so many things on my needles lately, so I've just been kind of trying to get those off the needles as well. All right, so I wanna apologize too because the dishwasher is going and but otherwise it's quiet in my house. And that's one of the holdups is my husband still works from home. I have a son at home and my daughter is gone a lot, but she is in and out a lot. And I just don't really love to podcast when I'm not the only one in the house. So my son is playing video games for a little bit. So I know he won't be able to hear me. And then my husband actually went into the office today. He started going back into work. So it's a little bit more quiet here than on a normal day. So that really helps. But anyways, here we go. All right, this is the Cove tote bag. This is a crochet item. I'm usually a knitter, but sometimes I just will pick up the crochet hook and it feels so good in my hands. But it's a tote bag. So this is the bottom of it. You basically like create, it's a free pattern. Maybe not. I'm not too sure, but I will definitely give you a link and I'll write the name of the pattern down here on the screen below. But here's the bottom. So you piece it together. There's 3 different pieces, like one side, the other side, and then the bottom. But this was so fun. It was really, really easy and like quick to knit. I'm not a crocheter by nature, and I have a really hard time figuring out like where to put the crochet hook in, like what part of the stitch to put it in. And I felt like the tutorials and the explanations that were used here worked well to teach me how to do it. So I'm sure that there are many imperfections, but this yarn, oh, I don't have a picture of this yarn. It's like a tape yarn, but it is so soft, like incredibly soft. It would be fun to actually make a sweater or something out of this. It feels durable, even though like when you, it's kind of like the Plutelope cakes, like where you could just rip it apart easily. It's kind of like that, but you hold it double, and once it's all crocheted or knit together, it's actually very, very durable. But how cute is this, you guys? Like so fun to bring to the market with you. Here, let me stand up. But yeah, like isn't that just such a fun little bag, you guys? I love it. I have not used it yet, but this has been on my needles for a year. I started it last August when we were on a vacation to Washington. I started it. So finally got that off the needles, and really what I had to do is, there is this, I feel like I'm saying so much, so I'm gonna work on that. There's this app called Tiny Decisions, and there was a follower of mine that suggested to use the Tiny Decisions app. So what I did is you make a wheel and you put in you can fill each pie space with whatever you want. So I would do like working on my Cove tote, or I filled it with all the projects basically that I had, especially the ones that I was having a hard time getting back to. And when I wanted to work on a project or had 30, 45 minutes, I would spin that wheel and it would make me work on that project. Pretty silly, I know. I could just as easily pick up the project and work on it, but that's just kind of, I don't know, it made it more fun for me, I guess. So Tiny Decisions app, super fun, and I've used it again since, and sometimes I'll just put like finish 10 rows on my sweater or add a color to my scrappy blanket or whatever. So when you have like a lot of different projects going on, you don't really care what you're working on, that is a great little tip. And there was a viewer who told me that tip, so thank you so much for that. Okay, another one that I've had on the needles for a long time, and this was also part of the Tiny Decisions app because the afterthought heel really kind of scared me. It was super intimidating to me. Just followed the instructions, got it done. And the socks are a little bit too short, so they're really tight on my feet. The pattern called for a larger size needle than I used, and I was just kind of thinking, well, I normally use this for my socks, so I should just stick with it. But because it's color work, these are the little box socks from Summerly Knits, but because these are color work, they do form a little bit tighter, so it's a tighter knit. But they are really cute. These, the orange I think was a 10-gram mini, and I think it's a homespun house. I just used scraps, which is so fun with these projects because you can use scraps. The purple was a 20-gram mini, and I had a little bit left over of that. I didn't have hardly anything left over of the orange. I may have used it in another project too, because 10 grams seems like a lot for just those little spots of it. And then the gray, I don't know, I used maybe 25 grams maybe of the gray, and that was just a custom. The purple and the gray were a custom, but it was a great stash buster project. I would definitely do these again. I worked them on 9-inch circulars, which was another reason why it took me longer to get back to these, because I'm just not a 9-inch circular kind of knitter. I like it for a short amount of time, but then it just kind of hurts my hands. So I would definitely do these again. Take note that I would need to go up a needle size and then maybe add a couple more stitches because they are a little bit too short. But Little Box Socks by Summerly Knits. Super fun and cute knits. I love her stuff. So much so that my next finished object is also from her. These are the daily socks. Let me show you. So the daily socks by Summerly. I made these longer than what her picture shows, and these are for my son. I've had these sitting so long to show you guys, they honestly may not even fit him anymore. And if that's the case, they'll fit me. But these are the socks. I have sock blockers here. These are really fun. And she suggests in her pattern also like to use the little different color, the accent color for the top of your socks. And I really like that concept because, again, who doesn't have scraps? We all have all these scraps, and it's just such a fun way to work through them. But this is the pattern. It is a textured pattern, which I really loved, but it's I felt like it was still neutral enough to where my son would like it. He really doesn't like the cables or the eyelets or anything like that, but I can get away with a simple texture like this. And then I never do the bottom of the foot in texture in the pattern because it just wears funny on your feet when you're walking. So, and I honestly have no idea which yarn this is. I just know it's gorgeous and beautiful, and I was waiting for something fun to work it up, and that's what I chose. So I just love Summerlee. She's so fun. Her aesthetics, I can see something on the like on Instagram, and I can just be scrolling through and instantly know that it's something from Summerlee, like just a post that she does or her story or something. And like, she's just really built a brand for herself and a very distinct aesthetic and design for herself. And like, take note, because it's like, I take note. But I love it. I love her stuff. So I think I have some other patterns of hers too, like maybe some color work stuff. She's had sales in the past and whatnot, and when she has sales, I'll try to pick up something from her. Okay, so on the theme of socks, here's another sock. This is the Spring Garden sock by yours truly. So this you can find in my Etsy shop. I'll post a link below. It is a cabled sock. It's very simple. It's a very simple cable pattern. And I did an accent heel color with that as well. I do not know the dyer behind this yarn. I kind of want to say maybe Hue Loco, but I'm not sure. But here's another. Here, I'm gonna turn this sock a little bit just so you can see what the pattern is there. So this cable and this cable down here are the same, and then there's just a little bit more of a detailed pattern there. It is, once you get going on it though, the repeats are easy to memorize and it's very intuitive. I have one more finished object to show you guys. So what is that? 4 finished objects. Moving along. This next one I absolutely love, but it's not 1000% finished because I could not find a pillow form to fit my pillow. So this is the finished object. It is a pillow. The pattern is Haven by Margaret from Heidi and Lana. And the yarn that I used on this, so she shows it very different in her pattern. It's basically just 2 colors. It's like a main color, maybe like a darker, I think she kind of has like a mauve and a blue version, like a steel blue version. And then she used more of a neutral, natural color for the stripe section. And I reversed that. I did a neutral for the entire pillow. And then I used a mini set from Knotty Pine Fiber Co. And again, oh, I love her stuff so much. I like literally just bought another skein of yarn from her because my son's feet are growing so much that, like I said, I'm not even sure that those socks that I just knit him will fit him. And I love supporting other makers, and Kayla from Knotty Pine is just such a sweetheart, and I wanted to show her some love on our last update. So I just had my son pick out some yarn for him that he would like for some socks. So I will be making him a pair of socks, probably just vanilla socks. I may do like the blueberry waffle pattern, or maybe like a 3x1 rib or something like that. Or like a modified rib, something like that, but it'll be very simple. So anyways, I had her mini skein set and made this pillow. So here's my dilemma. So I didn't check gauge or anything like that because it's a pillow, and it said it was like a 12x18 pillow when it was all said and done, and mine did not turn out to be that size. Mine was bigger than that. So I ordered the 12x18 pillow form from Amazon and it did not fit. So then I just went to Hobby Lobby. I'm gonna put this on my pillow form so you guys can see it. I went to Hobby Lobby and just got something that was big enough, or like oversized kind of, like it fit in one direction but not the other direction. And I'm just going to simply resew it. I'm gonna chop off the extra and resew it. So, and I just haven't gotten my sewing machine out. So you can see, like, so I could close it up, and like I'm close, it's just not quite, I don't want to stretch it too much. So really, I think I just need to take off like maybe 3 inches on each side, something like that. But like, honestly, you guys, I'm just gonna cut it, sew it, not even worry about raw edges or anything like that, and just get the pillow up. But so I love this pillow, you guys. It was the most fun thing to work on. It went so fast because it's seed stitch, but then you just want to keep getting to that next accent color. So for the accent color, so this was a 5 skein 20 gram mini set. I just used 4 of the colors. The other one was a little bit lighter, like a yellowish lighter color, and I didn't think that there would be enough contrast with the neutral yarn, so I've since used that in a different project. But really great stash buster to do it this way as well, you guys. Or just to do it how the pattern says with Heidi and Lana. That is really fun as well. Okay, so I'm gonna move into, I'm gonna show you one more kind of half finished object, but then move into whips because it's both basically. So here we go. I'll show you the finished part of it. So these are the Purl Soho, I don't know the exact pattern. Purl, it's a free washcloth pattern from Purl Soho. See, so it's like a slip stitch pattern basically. And I could not, for the life of me, figure out how to do the pattern. Something about, I felt like the wrong side and the right side were switched, and then I felt like it kept telling me to put my yarn, slip it with the yarn in back, but it's probably me. I'm sure it's me, because I just could not, I did it a couple times and it was not looking how it was supposed to look. So I just revamped it, and I'm trying to get through all these washcloths so that I can put my recipe for it on my Instagram, so that if you guys want to follow it, you can. But it is very, very similar to the Purl Soho free pattern. So I'm not trying to take any credit for it, other than I just modified it to work with my brain. But it is really, really easy. So here's my 4th one. I have 6 total that I'm trying to do. And I literally have 1 more row on this and then the bind off. And the night that I finished this or got to this point, I was just so dead tired. I was literally falling asleep and knitting. Anybody else? I did that last night too. I was just knitting, trying to like finish the show that I was watching. I was sitting up in bed knitting, and I looked like I don't know, I fell asleep, and all of a sudden I didn't know how to knit anymore, or it was the strangest feeling. So I had to like wake myself up enough to finish the row so that I wasn't a mess the next morning. But yeah, so it's a super, super simple pattern. It's a cast on 49, and I think I do 76 total rows to make my square, but I can, I'll explain how I decided that and how that works for me, and if your gauge is different, how you can make it different, because it's really just a formula, not really a pattern, I guess. And then I have a couple more colors to do as well. So this is my color palette here. Aren't these so fun, you guys? So out of each one of these little guys here, you can get 2 washcloths out of them. And I will show you, see, this is kind of stack acquisitions as well, because I got all of this yarn. So this is Scheepjes. It's in their Catona. And they're numbers, not colors, but they didn't have the exact colors that I did the washcloths in, but they're really, like, I can't even really tell. They're super close. So this is 505 and 254, 393, 504. I feel like I just said that. 505, okay. And then 242 and 257. These are so fun, you guys. They are 100% cotton. It's 100% mercerized cotton. It's 50 grams, 125 meters. And there's my color palette right there. I love these. These are so fun. And the yarn is really easy to work with. I kind of think it would be really fun to do like a tank top, a summer tank top or something in it. It is a DK weight, but I think I could get away with doing a DK tank top for the summer. But then like, which one do I choose? I don't know. I love them, but that's one of my stack acquisitions, and a whip all at the same time, and a finished object. That one filled all the boxes. How about that? Okay, let's go into another whip. I sell these in my shop. These are the mini totes, the natural color. I just have a couple of the natural ones left. This is my half and half blanket. It is, again, free pattern from Purl Soho. I love the Purl Soho free patterns. And I'm in the middle of a row here, so it's going to be really hard to see, but let's give it a go. I'm on the second color. I'm doing the large size, so you need, it's about 2.5 skeins of each, but this is, man, I really wish that I finished this row. But look at how big, like it's big, you guys. I'll put a picture of the half and half triangle wrap in there because I don't have the pattern with me anymore right now. But it's basically half this color here and then half this color here. Again, I'll post the colors in the show notes below because this was a spur of the moment podcast just to get it up for you guys. But I talked about this pattern and the colors in the last podcast that I did with Annie, the special edition one that we did when my friend Annie from Knits and Burls was here visiting. So, and it shows her colors as well. But this is the color that I'm on. I want to say this one is called Wheat Flower. And this other one is like Twig something, I think. I don't know, I am so bad at remembering, you guys. That's one thing, like I'll show something to my friend Annie and it'll be yarn that I've had in my stash forever or a pattern that I've mentioned a long time ago, and I'll show her something and she goes, oh, is that the yarn from da 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 da? I'm like, I showed this to you a year ago. How do you remember? And my brain is just not like that. It's gone, totally gone. This is a tank top. I love this tank top, you guys. I'm really hoping it's gonna be a 1 skein. I may put in an accent color, like maybe just a cream accent color, but it is a ribbed. It's a 4x4 ribbed tank. So it will stretch. It looks so little, but it'll stretch. I've not even tried it on yet. And like this detail up at the top here is just so stunning. And then I think I do some sort of, like I finish it off, some sort of I-cord or something. I'm not sure exactly, but there's some way that I finish it off, and I go around the armholes and the neckline to finish that. And I've even thought about maybe doing like a stripe in maybe just a neutral color, like around my tummy line, like just right around, maybe like mid tummy, and then doing that same striped in the armholes. Or I may pull from the center and do my finishing around and then just see how far I can get with the rest of this. But I do only have 1 skein of this, and I've had it for a while. My niece actually gave me this yarn, which is so special. She's not a knitter, but she knows that I knit, and so she, I don't know, does that make you guys like super happy? I feel like it makes me really happy when somebody goes out of their way, out of their comfort zone to give me a gift that they know that I would just love. Like that she's not like, I'm just happened to be in this yarn shop. No, like she went there purposefully into this yarn shop for me, and that's really sweet. That was awesome. So anyways, I will put all the specs down below, but I feel like I'm probably 2/3 done with it. We'll see. In another mini tote bag, I've been kind of doing baskets. I will do the project bags, but I really, really love the baskets. I don't know. Okay, so I've shown this to you guys before. This is knit in Woolberry Fiber Co. It is, let's see, I have it here. White Sands National Park. This was from a couple years ago, so it was in my stash. And I was gonna stripe the sweater. It's the painting sweater by Katrin Schneider. So I was going to stripe it because I have the Hue Loco Citrine Birthstone set, and it is these exact colors. And I just thought it would be really fun to do like some like striping detail about here, you know, just like, I don't know, just do some stripes and stuff in there. But the colors were so similar that it just was not popping, and it just kind of felt like a waste. I wasn't loving it. And so last week, my friend Annie, we were both talking about different sweaters, this sweater, and then she had a sweater that like she hasn't picked up in a while, and we were just talking about how we needed to work on our sweaters. And well, what's your holdup? Well, this, okay, what's my holdup? Well, so my holdup was that I didn't want to have to take everything out. I knew that it was going to take time, and my knitting time is kind of special, sacred time right now. We're just so busy. So I just didn't really want to take the time to do that. But last Friday we both said, you work on yours, I'll work on mine. Let's get it going. And we did that. So I was able to tink back, or not, I don't know. I don't really tink back. I don't know. How do you guys, when you have a large amount to take out of a project, I'm just curious how you guys do it. Because how I do it is like, let's see if I have any needles or anything. I don't. Nothing, just super easy. But I will pick up like in the V. So, you know, every knit stitch is like a V. So I will pick up the right leg of that V, like down below. So like, I don't know, this is gonna be really weird, but I'm gonna try to show you because it's really cool how I do it. And I learned this actually from my friend Annie, so shout out to Annie. But like, this is what I will do. So each one of these is the right leg of a stitch all in a row. And I'll just do an entire row like that, and then just start ripping back the yarn, because then all my stitches are secure. And I usually go like a row below where I needed to go, just to make sure that, I don't know, I'm at where I'm supposed to be. So anyways, this is the painting sweater. There is a little bit of short row shaping, and still have the sleeves to go, but I don't know, I love this. I love just simple sweaters. I only have three skeins of this yarn, because I had a different sweater in mind that I only needed 3 skeins for, and I've done it differently now. But just a super easy raglan sweater. It's a great easy pattern. I think she has some shaping in the waistline. I cannot remember. I think she did. I can't remember. But if she did, I'm omitting it. I'm just doing straight stockinette all the way down until the end, and then I'll just do a little 1x1 ribbing down at the bottom. So that is actually now a really easy, fun project to work on. That's one that the size of the yarn and the size of the needles makes it really easy to knit without looking. I don't know if you guys, if anybody else can do that who's watching, but there are some projects I can do it on, some I can't. Socks, I don't know why it's just really hard. Maybe it's the yarn and needle combo, but this is fingering weight yarn, and I got it. Like, I can totally do it. So let me see if, yeah, I think I'm using a size 3. Let's check. It called for a size 2.5 and I didn't have that, so I think I just went up to a 3. Pretty sure. Yep, it's a US 3. So something about this combination, fingering weight with size 3 needles, I can knit without looking. It's just plain stock knit and I can get kind of far without looking. So that's a really fun one to do while I'm watching a show or maybe playing a game with my kiddos or whatever, because like if it's not my turn, I can still really fully engage with everybody, but then just keep knitting and keep knitting. So I'm sure you guys have projects like that too. Share below. I'd love to know. All right, one more. I'm gonna grab it. I'll be right back. All right, this is my newest whip. Surprise, surprise, it is a scrappy blanket. This is the Triangulum pattern, blanket pattern. It is a paid for pattern by Craft House Magic. Oh, you guys, if you guys have seen the pictures of this, you will know why I'm so excited. So I'm doing the DK version. The pattern comes with a DK version and a fingering weight version, but I'm basically essentially doing fingering held double. I have so many fingering weight projects, like scrappy projects. I just thought it would be fun to do a DK weight one. So I feel like I really could use DK or worsted weight. I hardly ever use worsted, but I do use DK, or I can hold 2 strands together and knit 2 fingering strands together to get the DK version of it. But I'm trying to do like all kind of moody colors. Most of these are from Knotty Pine, and it takes me between 7 to 8 grams of yarn for each square or each triangle. If I was doing the fingering weight version, I think she said between 3 to 4 grams, but like, look at the detail of each little triangle. And when you're done, like, it is a paid for pattern. I don't want to give it away, but like when you're done with it, it sets you up to be in a position where you're just automatically weaving in your ends. And I've just kind of gotten in a rhythm of that, and it takes me less than a minute to weave in each end, maybe 30 seconds. I don't know, it's so quick, but it's very intuitive and just easy to, when you finish the triangle, just do it right away because you're kind of set up for that. But so this is the Triangulum. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture here. So this is the one that's on the pattern. But the one that I saw that just really caught my eye was, there's one on Instagram, and they used yarn, like a color palette basically, and so they just kept repeating colors. It's like they had multiple skeins of maybe 5, 6, 7 different colors, and they just kept repeating those colors. It was so cool, you guys. So beautiful. And that's what really, really intrigued me in all of this. So anytime I get a moody color, I just kind of set it aside. Matching today. But I just kind of set it aside to add to this blanket. And then like try to work in some lighter ones too, but I don't know. Anyways, I am using size 7 Knitter's Pride Dreams. They are, I don't know what they're made of, but they're like a wooden, they're wooden. They're really pretty and they're fun to work with. But they're Knitter's Pride Dreams. Super fun. So that is a really cool project to work on. If I'm focused, it takes me about 30 minutes to do a triangle. Not too bad. Okay, I'm gonna move into acquisitions, which I really don't have a whole lot of. So let me gather those together real quick. All right, acquisitions. Other than this yarn here that I've already showed you guys, the cotton yarn for my washcloths, I really don't have a whole lot of yarny goodness to show you guys. I've just ordered the a skein from Knotty Pine, and so I'll have to share that next time. And then I also ordered a skein of, well, it's a special yarn. I can't even say what it is because I'm gonna send part of it to my friend. So I don't even want to give that away, but that is gonna be really fun. And then this mini skein set was an acquisition since the last time, but other than that, that's kind of all I have as far as yarn goes. But I did get a whole bunch of these little guys here. These are by Lang, L-A-N-G, and these are reinforcement threads. So my husband, he wears his hand knit socks a ton. So if they get holes in them, it's okay. They've gotten their use, their life, like it's amazing. But why not? So if I'm putting all the work and effort in and the expense of the yarn, etc., like let's give it a little longer life. So the reinforcement thread I'm going to use in the heels and the toes. So gosh, I just got even more of these little guys, but I just got a whole bunch of different colors. You guys, these are $1.75 each. I found a supplier. I'll put the link below where you can buy these, but they are Lang reinforcement thread, super fast shipping. I want to say it comes maybe, I want to say the East Coast, but I don't know why I'm thinking that, or Colorado. But anyways, super fast, really, really great. $1.75, and you can definitely get a pair of socks if you're just doing heels. Okay, so this is what I figured out. I wanted to do heels and toes, so I did not have enough for one, but I would have enough to do 2 pairs with 3, if that makes sense. So it's like I used less than 1.5 of these for the toes and the heels. I think most people just use them in their heels though, and not in their toes. But my husband likes the socks to kind of fit snugly, and so he doesn't. So I make them probably a little bit shorter than I should, which then kind of puts a little bit of extra pressure on the toe, like especially in like the big toe section. So I wanted to reinforce the toe as well. And then it's also a little extra cushiony too. So if you got 3 of the same color, it would definitely do 2 pairs of socks for the heels and the toes. Or you could do 1 for just the heels or just the toes, I guess. But so I got these, and then ironically enough, I don't know if this ever happens to you guys, but it's so fun because I was at a thrift store and I found more. Like, and it's, I don't know where it's from. Is this maybe, I want to say it might be German, I don't know. But like, how fun is that? Just some more reinforcement thread from a thrift store, and it's all in phenomenal condition. There's no moth holes in it or anything. So I just figure having a whole bunch of these is good. But I mean, I think these were like $1/4 a piece or something. So very fun, very cool. Okay, so that's my reinforcement thread little spiel. I had used it a long time ago actually, but I could never find it again. So I just happened to be at a yarn shop and I saw that reinforcement thread, and then I've found another place too where I can buy it online now. So, all right, the next thing for acquisitions is this. My friend Annie from the Knits and Burls podcast, she showed this guy here. It is like a bill or like money organizer, I think is what a lot of people use it for. I think that's what it was advertised as on. I just bought it off of Amazon. It was under $15, like probably closer to $10, $12, I think. They had tons of different colors, but I really like this one. I like how pliable it is, and it does come with some labels if you want to use those labels. But you guys, look at how fun this is. So this is what it looks like normally. Okay, these little guys here, little zipper top pouch. but I'm using this for my needles and I had just recently gotten, so another acquisition are my little shorty needles, the ChowGoo shorties. But I didn't have a place to store them. I didn't get the whole set. I just didn't think I was going to use it. So economically, there wasn't enough of a savings for me to buy the whole set if I wasn't going to use all of those needles. And then I've heard that a lot of people don't like the little shorty pouch because the needles kind of fly out when you open it. So this is what I did. Look at, I sewed down the center, not all the way to the top, but just in the pocket portion of it. And I sewed that so that I could put stuff on each side. So I have my size 2s over here, my size 3s over here. Can easily just go into either pocket. And then I did them again for these little guys here. I want to do some more. I just haven't gotten to it because I think I'm going to put all of my needles in here, actually, even the set for my regular ChowGoo interchangeable set. But what I really, really love about these needles here, and admittedly I've not used them yet, I've not had a project to do so, but I'm excited for sleeves. So the 9-inch circs kind of hurt my hands, but and I think it's just because I'm a continental knitter. I know a lot of people who throw don't have the same issue that I have, but what I like and what I've heard people do is they will use, for 9-inch, I guess it's kind of 10-inch equivalent, so they will use the longer, the 3-inch needle with your right hand, and then the 2-inch needle on your left hand. So then as a continental knitter, you just need a little bit more to hold on to. So that's what I've heard people do, and that it works out really well. So you're still getting that super small circumference, but you're giving yourself a little bit more needle to hold on to on this side. So really excited to try that out. Can't wait to get on Sleeve Island with my painting sweater. And I just got like a size 2, 3, 4, and 5 because those are probably what I will use the most. If I super love it, I may grab some ones to do socks with. We'll see. But that's 2 acquisitions in one, my needles, my case for my needles. And I've had this for a while, so it's a little bit sad that I haven't been able to organize all my other needles in there. It's just the stage of life that we're at. So, all right. That is the main stuff that I have to share with you guys for knitting related stuff. So I'm also working on a collaboration with Twig and Horn, and you'll see some of my items come up in their shop here soon, hopefully. And well, I've done a few of their stitch marker sets for some of their kits and whatnot. But they've wanted me to do some more stitch marker sets and different things for them, and so you'll see me over there. So go check out Twig and Horn, you guys. Like, aspirations, man. Like, I just love their page, the aesthetics of their page. It's just spot on. I love that they promote individual makers and American-made items. I just love, like, I'm so honored to be one of their makers that they've chosen for their shop. So I just have a few things over there. Yeah, so go check out Twig and Horn, and some more stuff will be there, but that's taken up, you know, a lot of time, and which I absolutely could not be happier about. That it's like literally every time I'll sit down to work on these items or shop for the items that I need to fulfill their order, and it is just so fun. It is such a highlight right now to be able to collaborate and work on that. So truly, truly a blessing to be able to do that. It just really, I don't know, like I can't describe it. It's just so fun to work with them. And so that is kind of big, you guys. As far as my shop goes, it's still plugging along, and I have some new items hitting the shop here soon. I have a couple new stitch marker sets coming in. I have a new set of baskets that I just got in that I will be posting soon. And I got some super cute little tiny like accessory baskets. I'm gonna go grab them. Hold on, you guys. Okay, so I got kind of everything that I have currently that's gonna be hitting the shop. So besides the baskets, I have new the small round baskets and the mini totes. I have a ton of both of those going into the shop very soon. It may even be out by the time you see this, I'm not sure. Okay, but then look at these baskets. They are just little accessory baskets, super cute for stitch markers, scissors, anything at all, you guys. I love these baskets. So now when I list them in the shop, I have 8 of them. I just wanted to try them out. I think they're $10, I think is the price point on these, maybe 12, I can't remember, I'll have to check. So $10, $12, but here, look at this. Like these would be the same basket, the same price, but one is clearly quite a bit bigger than the other. And it's just how they come. Everything, all these baskets are handmade in Ghana. And they're like, regardless, they're both so cute. So they are the same price, unless I had some anomaly where one was huge and one was super tiny, then I may either add or subtract a couple dollars, but it's such a low price point, it's kind of hard to do that. But these baskets are adorable, and I am not sure how many of these are going to make it to the shop because I kind of want them all, but you know, okay. I'll put some in, I promise. Okay, so then here are a couple other stitch marker sets. I'm adding this guy here to the shop and this guy here. So this one is these are just stitch markers with a beginning of round. That's what the little beaded guy is. It's a beginning of round. And then you could use this one here as either beginning of round, or it is on a lever back. So you could also use it as a progress keeper, either way. But it will also work as a beginning of round. I've actually used these lever backs, well, it just broke. But, well, just not, it came untied. It didn't break, but it came untied. So, well, I'm glad it happened on my watch and not somebody else's. It's just a knot, but anyways, so, okay, and then you guys, I'm so excited about these. I've had these in my stash, in my bead stash for a long time, and I've just been trying to figure out things to do with them. And look at just these cute little neutral sets of stitch markers, and I have rose gold and silver. I'm loving the silver lately, I don't know, but I think you guys kind of prefer the rose gold, or a lot of you do, but so they're both in there. Anyways, yeah, I love these sets, you guys. They're so cute. So cute. So I have a few of those made up and ready to go for you guys. So that's it. Let's see, other life happenings. We are growing our garden, which is so fun. And last year we planted an orchard, and so we're getting not an abundance of fruit and veggies right now, but because the orchard is still, the trees are still kind of small. So we did get a harvest this year, and we still have some more fruit on the trees, but we have like peaches and apricots and nectarines and apples, and I have a fig tree and a pear tree. I haven't gotten anything this year from those, probably next year. I have an orange and a grapefruit that haven't produced yet because they're just little trees. So, and then we have, my watermelons are growing great this year, and we are, gosh, let's see, we're getting zucchini, and I tried corn this year for the first time. We're actually gonna plant some more corn in our orchard side of, like, the way that our house is positioned, we just have ginormous side yards and big backyard, and we're on about 1/3 of an acre, so we have pretty good size lot to grow things and chickens and all that kind of stuff. So we have we get our eggs daily, our fruits and our veggies, and honestly, like, I'm not feeling like I need to go to the store very often right now, which is really kind of fun. And yeah, just learning how to put this stuff up so that we have it all year long, and it's just been so fun to learn all of this stuff. So that's that. I know in other episodes I've shown just in our neighborhood some of the things that we have, like some of the wildlife that we have in our neighborhood. We've got peacocks, and it is the season for little pea chicks right now, and so we are seeing all the pea chicks coming along, and it's just fun to see them grow because they start out so little, just such little babies. And it's cute because like this morning I walked out and there was one mama pea hen and then the 3 peacocks and some pea chicks, and the it's like the peacocks were kind of protecting the baby. It was so sweet, super cute. And that's just in my front yard. Daily walk out and there's peacocks. There's typically cows around us, and we've had some bear sightings, which is really weird and awkward for where we live, but we've had some bear sightings here lately. I have not personally seen them, but they are around. Yeah, that's just kind of what's going on in our life. We've had birthdays and vacations this summer that we've been celebrating, and trying to, navigate my husband going back to work a little bit more regularly instead of being at home all the time, and what that looks like for us now, as I'm sure a lot of you guys are in that position as well. But I've absolutely loved having him home this whole time, and he works really early in the morning, so if he's home I just get to see him a lot more because he works early, comes home later, and it's when he's home I just we get to spend those little moments throughout the day together, which are just really, really nice. I just love that. So all right, you guys, that is me in a nutshell. If you guys have any questions, just shoot me an email or find me on Instagram and send me a message. You can leave a comment below. If you liked my podcast today, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe as well. That really does help me out a lot. And then if I get enough subscribers, I have different privileges, and I'm almost there, but not quite. So like I've really been wanting just to put a little post in on YouTube for you guys, just saying like, hey, I haven't forgot about you guys, just life circumstances going on right now and I just can't get to podcasting right now. So I would love to put those little posts on YouTube, but I couldn't because I didn't qualify for enough followers to do that. So help me out, subscribe if you guys like it, and if not, no hard feelings, that's okay. See me over on Instagram too. We're posting more things over there, hoping to get that washcloth recipe up here soon as well. And I've talked about that before, and then I stopped doing the washcloths, but I'm on a good rhythm now. All right, you guys, I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully it's not 5 months before I podcast again, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.